Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Fair Sports. For today's preview is Lions versus the Western Province in the first of the midweek Currie Cup games. Quite a few midweek Currie Cup games as a result of the Lions tour and the hectic schedule. Obviously a double round in the Currie Cup, so lots of rugby to get through. So the Western Province, after having played the Bulls on Saturday at Loftus, have stayed in Gauteng and they will face the Lions tomorrow night at Ellis Park. For the Lions, it's an opportunity for them to try and bounce back after a disaster start to the tournament, going down 39 points to 10 against the Pumas. But for the Western Province, an opportunity for them to try and get 2 wins out of 2 after their bonus point victory against, albeit a very much second-string Bulls side. For the two teams, in terms of changes, quite a few changes on both sides. Western Province welcoming a couple of players in, and the Lions welcoming a couple of players back from injury as well. For the Lions, the last chance they will be playing in the Currie Cup until the 10th of July. After this game, they will all go into a bio bubble ahead of the British and Irish Lions game on the 3rd of July, which will mark the start of the British and Irish Lions tour to South Africa. Before we look at the two teams themselves, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. We'll start with the Lions side, and you'll see the first changes in the front row as Rue Andreas starts ahead of Carly Sardi, who will make his contribution off the bench. PJ Boert and Nathan Macbeth continue in that front row. In the second row, Ruben Schoeman comes in for Willem Alberts. He has been ruled out of pretty much the rest of the tournament through injury. So Ruben Schoeman, who I thought has been very good during the Rainbow Cup, much better than I sort of come to expect from him. He will be partnered with Reynard North-Nagel. Sibasiso Sangweni, very, very impressive 20-year-old, is with Vincent Tuka and Frankie Horn in what is becoming one of the most promising young loose trios in the country. All of them continue to really impress at this level. Dylan Smith, Fred Zeilinger, two very experienced players and two players who I think that need to start contributing more. I think that when you're looking at the Lions, they need the experience. They need these players who are in their prime, in their peaks of their career to stand up and be counted. At the moment, that's kind of where they're failing. They've got some really good youngsters who are, playing above what the levels they should be, but it's about having that support from the rest of the side. And I think that's where the likes of Dylan Smith, Fred Zeilinger, Jumbo Lenga, Idalu Viljoen really need to come to the party. The two wings, Rabs Maklana, who gets better and better every game. He's with Jumbo Lenga, who's sort of back from the fold. And then the two centers are Dan Creel and Manuel Russ. And then fullback will be Idalu Viljoen. On the bench, Jacob Asaki is back from injury. He will start in the number 6. Well, he will start on the bench and then come on in a hooker position. Banela Ntinjama gets another opportunity at prop. Ruan Strali, Emmanuel Tutuka will cover the rest of the scrum. Morley van den Berg, Aiden Cupido, I thought was very good off the bench last weekend, and Duncan Matthews will be the bench. I really like to see Morley van den Berg get a decent run out. I think that him and Aiden Cupido will complement each other quite nicely, both in very attacking natured, which sort of suits the Lions' game plan. I think that at the moment, getting a little bit frustrated at sort of the Fred Zeilinger sort of inability to be able to really sort of get that Lions backline going. Also, obviously missing Wandisia Similani, which is a huge loss to that setup. For the Western Province, though, a couple of players back, a couple of players out as well. An unchanged front row. JJ Kotze obviously coming off 4 tries scored against the Bulls. He will start with Ali Famaka and Nietli Mashir on either side of him once again. Ernst van Rijn continues to captain the side with his second row partner, David Meerhuizen, but there are changes in the back row. Marcel Tennyson comes in place of Neil Otto. Evan Roos shifts to the number 7 journey to accommodate Joano Augustus, who is back at the back of the scrum. Lots of power and physicality being brought in with him. Gordon Masimla starts ahead of Paul de Wet, which I think is a fantastic move. I thought that Masimla added quite a lot of impetus to that Western Province attack last weekend. He's a much quicker, much more of a live wire type scrum half. And I think Abner van Renen is someone who's under quite a lot of pressure. I thought I was quite disappointed with last weekend. I thought that was going to be his opportunity to really sort of shine and make a big statement, but he didn't quite manage to do that. So I think that it's quite important for him that he has quite a good game. The two wings will be Sebelas and Nutley, who was a little bit quiet last weekend, and Cyril Peterson. Cyril Peterson was very good from fullback. He shifts to the wing in place of the injured Sitle Injazula, who scored a try on a Currie Cup debut for the Western Province. Tim Sriel will then become at fullback, and the centre pairing of Dan du Plessis and Ricky Pretorius. Dan du Plessis at number 12, Ricky Pretorius at number 13 will continue. I thought that was quite a good combination. I thought Dan du Plessis had his best game for a while, starting at number 12, which is his preferred position. So it'll be interesting to see how those two sort of battle it out and continue sort of fighting for those two jerseys. They are both inside centres by trade, but then unfortunately they'll obviously only need space for one of them. On the bench, a 6-2 split. Jason Alexander comes in as an out-and-out hooker. Sazi Sandi was covering a hooker last weekend, but struggled when he came on in terms of his lineouts. As a result, he's been shifted back to tight head, where he's much more comfortable and doesn't have to worry about throwing in at the lineouts. Leon Lyons will cover the other front row position. Justin Masson, Devet Marais, and Johan de Toy will cover all aspects of the rest of the scrum. Paul de Wet and Cornel Smith are the only two backline replacements. There are a couple of players in the likes of Hajiba Daimani, for example, Neil Otto, who are part of a preliminary squad and might be drafted into the final 23 if needed. But in theory, that is how the Western Province will line up. In terms of what I think in terms of the game, I think that physically, I think Western Province are probably going to dominate. I think they'll probably have the dominance up front. I think that if Steve Satori and Carly Sari were starting and Yakasaki was starting for the Lions, I think that the Lions would be able to sort of put a lot of pressure on them. But I think it's very much a second string Lions front row. The rest of the pack's pretty solid for the Lions, but Evan Lewis is a huge ball carrier. Jonah Justus adds so much to it. Marcel Tennyson ripped the Lions apart with a very good try last time these two sides met. So I think that loose trio battle should probably be the best one. And I think a lot of it comes down to the fly halves. Fred Zailing has owes the Lions a very good game. He came off the bench to very good effect against the Bulls. But when he started, he sometimes struggled to really give the Lions advantage. Struggled a little bit with his kicking for touch and be able to find that territory and get the Lions out of safety. It's very interesting to see how Tim Sweel goes at full back. Dan MC Rickers Victorious will have an interesting battle up with Dan Creel and Manu Russ. For the Lions, obviously so many players missing. No MJ Pulsar, no Jaco Creel, no Asanet Tlabakanya, no Yanni Duplessis. Lots of players trying to target a return to fitness for that Lions game. So quite a second string Lions side. And I think that the Western Province, if they can get another victory tomorrow, will suddenly start to sort of be wearing a bit of a favourites tag for the Currie Cup. I think that they are a side who, despite quite a few players leaving to the Springboks, have quite a lot of depth. I think there's a lot of exciting players who remain at the Union. I think them, and when the Bulls come back, will probably be quite an interesting competition between those three and the Sharks. I think the Lions need to try and prove that they are still the fourth best side. And as a result, I think I'm hoping that a lot of the Lions senior players start stepping up because the youngsters can't do everything. I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to say Lions by 5. I really do hope that they're trying to respond and sort of hit back after that loss on Friday. If they have any motivation, then it shouldn't be any more than that, going down to the Pumas in that sort of fashion. But for the Western Province, they are probably the odds-on favourites. So let me know what you think about the score predictions. We will be live for this game, so do come and hang out tomorrow. We'll also be live for the SC Under-20 versus Argentina. So subscribe right now, click the notification so you get a little notification when we do go live. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you soon.